Hi there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So today's video is going to be all about my 2021 goals, focusing predominantly on my resale business. So it's a few weeks into 2021. I wanted to give it a little bit of time to kind of gauge the new year and see how I want to progress into the rest of the year. So I kind of have a pretty good idea of the flow that hopefully will progress. First of all, this video might be a little lengthy because I'm going to go into like pretty much 11-12 months worth of goals, and it's something I want to kind of circle back to at a certain point to check in and see, how far I got. So I'll try to do some timestamps into each goal to kind of break it up a little bit. So my first goal for 2021 for resale is to cross list onto eBay. So I started out as an eBay seller. I would sell pretty much anything around the house, and I've always loved fashion and have quite a nice, decent size closet worth of clothing. So I naturally just started to list my items on eBay. And once I found out about Poshmark, I've been going 90-10, like 90 Poshmark, 10% eBay. And I kind of want to even that out a little bit. I mean, I want to go at least into like a 50-50, because for me, eBay is a guaranteed sell. Sometimes on Poshmark it can be tricky. A lot of the brands on Poshmark are geared more towards very in trend, in the moment brands, a little esoteric, and eBay isn't as finicky as far as what the buyers are looking for. For example, let's say you have something from the Gap. Basically, it might not sell on Poshmark, but if you go over to eBay, it's most likely going to sell. Like also with my Nikes, and big brand items do really well over on eBay. So my goal is basically to cross list all of my listings over to eBay. So I plan to accomplish this using like a cross listing platform. So I looked online and I found a few and narrowed it down and tried a couple of them, and I ended up going with Vendoo. So basically I went with Vendoo because of just how user-friendly the site is. So when I first signed up, I was able to cross-list 4 items from my Poshmark site onto eBay for free to try it out, to test it out, which was very helpful. And literally, once you import your inventory on Poshmark onto Vendoo, just log into your eBay account and it will take you probably about like 10 to 30 seconds. Don't have to go and through all of the fields and repopulate everything like I used to do. So it's saving me so much time, and I'm really happy that I went ahead and tried out. So I found a promo code online and I got a discount and ended up signing up. And now I'm gonna go through and cross list all of my items onto eBay. So I have a technique that I do when I do this. So after 90 days, if it hasn't sold on Poshmark, I will go over to eBay. I will do a buy it now or best offer listing. That will stay up for about 14 to 30 days. If by 30 days I haven't had a buy it now or a best offer, I will go ahead and auction the item. So when I auction the item, I start low, but I have a reserve on there because for me, it's not going to be worth it if I'm going to go ahead and take the time to ship the item out and go through with the whole transaction if it's not going to be worth it. So let's say, for example, I purchased a pair of shoes on Nordstrom Rack for $20. I'm going to auction those shoes and start them probably around $15. And if they don't end up getting into the $30 range or $40 range, then I'm not going to end up selling that item. So for my non-new with tags items, I'll be a lot more generous as far as, the auction, and start them quite low. But if it's a new with tags item and it's an auction, I want to make sure I get my reserve price. So if I don't get my reserve price, I'm going to go ahead and use ThredUp. So that will be my number 3 platform to go ahead and basically clean out all of my inventory, my 2020 inventory. So that is my goal. So Poshmark first, then go to eBay, then ThredUp. Then number 4 is donate. So that is my goal for 2021, is to pretty much reset and wipe clean all of my inventory that I had for 2020. I would say my goal is by June. So that gets me into my number 2 goal, and the reason why I'm doing this. First of all, I thought it's a pretty good experiment just to see, how things end up progressing. But secondly, we are adding on an office space. It's quite difficult to get the amount of space that I need to do my reselling business. So we have a carport that we are converting into a garage office that's going to basically be our office. So I'm going to, before we get more space, I'm going to have to reduce some of my storage that I have. So what I'm going to need to do is empty out my storage unit that I have for my resale clothing items, because it's going to be kind of get way of construction. So this is how I store my shoes for sale in my Posh closet. I get the largest, I don't know if that's the largest one, but it's pretty big. It's a 104 liter Sterilite, and it has the purple latch. And I like the latches because you can kind of overflow it, the height, and it will still latch. So I have all my box shoes here, which take up a lot more space than the shoes that don't have boxes. So there's probably more pairs of shoes that don't have boxes than do. And each pairs that don't have boxes, I put in a Ziploc bag so they stay clean. So all in all, I probably have about 20 pairs of shoes in this box. And I have 2 of these boxes. So I'm gonna put the lid over it and then latch that side and latch the other side. And as you can see, it closes. So that's how I keep my shoes nice and safe in my storage unit. This is how I store all of my kids' items for sale. I have a comforter, what they sell the comforters in, and I fill them up with my kids' clothes. So there's about 16 items in here, and this keeps them nice and clean. And then I know exactly where all of my kids' clothes are because they're in the same zip up. So these will go into a box, and then I still have room to put other categories in there as well. So this is a mesh bag zip up, and it houses all of my accessories for sale, keychains, necklaces, some socks, scarves. So it doesn't take up a lot of room, but I can pack a lot into it. So this one is going to go next to the kids' stuff in the same box. Okay, so this bag here has about 8 swimsuits in it, and it's not very big at all. And it's clear, which I like. So that's gonna go in the same box. And then I had one that didn't fit because it has a hanger on it. It's just gonna slide in right next to it, but it's still next to all the bathing suits. So far in this box, I have all my kids' stuff, accessories, and bathing suits. And this mesh bag is for my bras for sale. I only have 3 for sale right now. Actually, this category sells quickly, so I'll just tuck these next to the swimsuits. Okay, so this is where all of my new tags items are. There are about 26 items. I'm sorry, there's 36 items in here and room for some more. So I think that this size box could probably fit about 40 to 50 garments depending on the size. But yeah, they fit a lot of items. So this box have all of my non-new tags tops, and there's about 30 tops in here. Definitely room for a good 10 more. So there they are. Okay, so in these last 3 boxes, I have my wholesale items that I purchased for about $3 a unit. They were Stitch Fix new with tags items, so they're about 40 items per box. And so there's about 40 dresses in here, 40 sweaters, and then there's 20 sweaters in there. These are bulkier. So I'm going to start auctioning these off on eBay because I want to make room. They take up quite a bit of room. So in 3 to 6 months, I'm gonna need to have my storage unit that I used to store my inventory completely empty, which I'm actually fine with because I wanna kind of start fresh anyway. And then once that our new office is built, I will go ahead and get a storage system and get bins. Start from fresh, do a number or letter system for my bins, and keep that as my business. So I'm excited to kind of like do a reset on all of my inventory and to start fresh in about 6 months time. Might take longer than that realistically with delays and permits and things like that. So I'm giving it a full year. And in that year, I want to completely wipe out my inventory. So that brings me to my third goal of 2021 for reselling, which is to stop sourcing. So essentially, if I'm going to be getting rid of my inventory, I can't be bringing in new inventory. I don't want to have an issue where I'm going to start putting stuff back in my storage units that I want completely empty. So basically, I'm going to stop sourcing online, and I'll show you guys right now my very last sourcing that I did from Nordstrom Rack. I usually source from Nordstrom Rack about 3 times a month. Like I said, it's not a complete source because I also use that site a lot for myself and my family. However, I do love Nordstrom Rack for finding some really good retail arbitrage deals. So that is going away, and I probably won't start online sourcing again until we have our office completely built. So right now I'm going to insert my video. That is my very last unboxing of my Nordstrom Rack retail arbitrage online. Okay, so this is my very last box of online inventory for 30 days. I'm going to wait 30 days to source online or even in person. And then once that 30 days is up, I'm gonna do one source at TJ Maxx because we have a really good TJ Maxx by our house. But I'm pretty much gonna stop online sourcing until my storage is completely empty. Okay, so let's open this bad boy up. This is my last online sourcing Nordstrom Rack from Nordstrom Rack. I have no idea what's in here because I had like 3 orders and this is the last one that came in. So it might be a combination of things that are for my family and for sourcing, but I'm pretty sure this is predominantly a sourcing box. Out of here. By the way, Nordstrom Rack is no longer sending you shoe boxes with their shoes to save up room in shipping, which I think is like a good and a bad thing. I mean, it always is good to have like new in box. So now you don't have the box, but they're still new. And another pro to that would be just not as much shipping on your end, and storage. For shipping, you don't have to worry about finding a big enough poly mailer. But yeah, I definitely am gonna miss getting the box with the shoes. So here we go. Oh yes, I remember this now. This is definitely for sourcing. I found some really good deals and I got to 87. So at Nordstrom Rack it's 89 and you get free shipping. So I needed $2 more. So I got these little stickers for my daughter for $2 to get my free shipping. Okay, so I just took everything out of the plastic because it makes noise, and I know that sound is like annoying to listen to. So here we go. I got 3 pairs of Hue jeggings. These were $13 each. $13.18 each to be exact. and the MSRP on these is $44. These are really good sellers for me. If they don't sell on Posh, I know I can get $30 for them on eBay, but they sell on Posh usually. So these are all in medium. Like I said in my other arbitrage video, I like to get my size in items just in case I don't get the price that I want for them. At least I can end up utilizing them in my closet. So these are high waist skinny jeggings in medium. So I got the white, and then this is like a medium blue, and then the dark wash blue. So they all have an MSRP of $44 minus $15 with tax. I paid for them. So I feel like as long as I double my money on these, as long as I get like $30 to $32 per pair, I'm good. So I was gonna get more of these, but I've never sold this brand before. It looked super cute though. It's an exercise tank. It's called Psycho Bunny. Yeah, Psycho Bunny. And I got this for $8, and it has an MSRP of $45. So this is gonna go in my Posh closet, probably around the $28 range. So with tax, total I paid $10 for a $45 top. Again, as long as I get somewhere in the 20 range, I'll be happy. And then I'm trying to find like jewelry, things to bundle with, because I know the shipping can be, I know the shipping can be like a little pricey for people. So I try to get little jewelry items and things that can be easily bundled, like little keychains. So these I thought were super pretty. It's a 3-pack. I paid, I think it was like $4 for these, and they're 14 karat gold. So the MSRP on these, I believe, is $28. I'll probably list them for around $16. These are just little things I add in my closet to make bundles out of. I don't necessarily want to make a huge profit on little accessory items, but I want to keep them in there for people that are purchasing like a higher priced item. At least they can bundle, get that 10% discount. So these have a little safety pin heart and then little mini gold hoops. So as you can see, the box is empty. I just looked on my order history on Nordstrom Rack. That was half of my order, so I'm still waiting on, I got a pair of Bobo loungies for $7.49, and then I also got a pair of wedges. The brand is Soft, S-O, 2 F's and a T. Those are $19, and they retail in the hundreds. So those are the 2 items that I'm missing out of this. So they'll probably arrive in a day or 2, and that is my last sourcing box for a good, probably until June or even later. All right, so guess what? The Soft wedges just arrived in a box. This is 2 days later, by the way. So I'm like, okay, because Nordstrom Rack sent me a letter along with my last pair of shoes that I ordered from them in like a plastic wrap saying, this is our new way we're shipping out shoes. We're no longer utilizing the box. But I got this box, which I'm excited about. I'm not sure if this was like the last shoe box I'm ever gonna get from them. Either way, these are really pretty. I'm really liking these wedges. So I'm gonna list these today. So I always wait until I get the item like in my possession to list it. I know some people go ahead and list it right away after they order the item for retail arbitrage. However, with like COVID, the shipment delays, I don't want to, if I get an offer right away on something, I don't want to have to cancel the order if I don't receive it. I think I ordered these like 8 days ago. So just to kind of show you, you know, that there definitely are delays right now if you're doing online sourcing. So I'll show you a pair of shoes from my death pile. I love these. They're like espadrille bottoms and they're metallic slip-ons, and I love these shoes. They're just a tiny bit small for me. And then also, this is my backdrop for all my shoes. Almost all of my shoes that I list now. So I just got done listing these. I'm going to list these little airwalks. How cute are these? I just found these in my storage unit. They're a 6.5 toddler. So those are gonna go up next. So that is it for now. Take a look at my death pile. Welcome to my office. So, getting rid of all my 32 band bras, which I'm a 34 now after baby. I've just had these in my bins forever. Haven't been listed. And yeah, it's a good 30 items that are gonna go to my closet. And my last sourcing. What you just saw in the video is basically my goal to completely get rid of all of my inventory, as well as stopping my online sourcing until our office is built. So if I do need to, for whatever reason, if my sales just start going like mad on eBay and I'm out of inventory within the year, my plan is to go to TJ Maxx and to source in person. So I haven't been sourcing in person in probably a good year. So I'm going to, if I do need to get a few things for my closet, I'm going to go ahead and do TJ Maxx. So that leads me into my fourth goal of 2021, which is to try to cut my personal closet in half. So right now I have like what I guess you would call a double wide closet in our master. It's not a walk-in closet, but it's the size of two traditional size closets. So I wouldn't say I have, you know, too many items or I have to get rid of things, but I want to get rid of things and just create more space. Basically, that's my goal for 2021, is just to create more space. So I'm going to basically shop my closet, and that was pretty much what especially what Poshmark was made for women who had things that they didn't want to donate because it was maybe, you know, something pretty expensive and they didn't have a way to get rid of it. So it's just a great way to kind of go back to the roots of what the app was intended for. And that's my fourth goal for 2021. So my fifth goal is to create an inventory spreadsheet. So I used to do this, and Poshmark also creates inventory spreadsheets if you want to download one from their app. But I think I want to do one on Excel and be able to pretty much manipulate or organize it the way that I want to, and keep track of which items are selling and which items aren't selling, which items I need to go into auction. So that is my goal as well, to create a clean inventory list for all of my items that I have to sell. So as I go through these goals, I'm gonna update, do some video updates. Like I plan to do an inventory video and to show you how I'm organizing my inventory. So this isn't really a goal, it's not a 2021 goal, but I wanted to talk a little bit about why I don't thrift. So a lot or almost all of Poshmark sellers thrift, and it's not because I'm not against thrifting. Actually, I spent a lot of my young adulthood thrifting, and I'm quite familiar with going into consignment stores. Out here in Los Angeles, we have some of the best thrifting stores probably in the nation. There's not only like Salvation Army and Goodwill, but there's like Buffalo Exchange and little mom and pop consignment stores. However, I have plenty of items that I consider, you know, in a way thrifting my own closet. So for me right now, it just doesn't make sense to thrift because I love the editing process. So I love to go into my own closet and essentially thrift my own closet. At least once a month, I clear my racks. I go through every item and I really pause and think to myself, a little Marie Kondo here, and just making sure that it's something that is not just taking up space. So in Los Angeles, square footage is very expensive, and I don't want to be wasting any square footage in my closet or otherwise on items that I'm just not wearing. So if there ever comes a time, and there might come 2022, since my goal is to really clean things out, if there ever comes a time that I feel the need to thrift, I will definitely go get my hands dirty. I used to go in to thrift stores all the time with my godmother, spend a lot of my weekends thrifting. But right now it just doesn't make sense, especially with a 3-year-old that's outgrowing so many of her items. My girls section in my closet is growing, and so is she. So I'm basically a thrift store at my own house is how I kind of like see life right now. So I do miss going into consignment stores and finding those deals and finding those amazing brands or those super one-of-a-kind items that people are going to be like, where did you find that? But just right now I have so many of my own items that I don't really have a need to go out and source. And especially right now with the stay-at-home orders in Los Angeles, they're so strict. I become quite skilled at going through online sourcing and sifting through those filters and finding those amazing deals. So that brings me to my 6th goal. So my 6th goal, I believe, is to get better lighting. This is like, you know, if I'm going to be doing these resale related videos or even my nail videos, beauty videos, I just, you know, I'm really good at finding good lighting for my clothes and taking cute pictures of my clothes, but I can't seem to do it for myself. So I think this is a little better than what I did before, but there's a lot of shadow going on. I don't know, like, hello. So that's one of my goals of 2021 is to update you guys on my progress of all of my goals and maybe, you know, figure this whole lighting thing out. So goal number 7, lucky number 7, is to list more consistently. So this is my weakest link, my Achilles heel is consistent listing. I'm in grad school, I'm in a pretty rigorous program, and I have videos and assignments and classes that I need to attend. So right now, those take priority. However, I do definitely want to prioritize my business for 2021. So no matter how many hours you spend sourcing and sharing your closet, you need to, or I don't know why I'm not saying me, I need to. No matter how many hours I spend finding those amazing deals online and sharing my closet, without listing consistently, the algorithm is just not going to work. It's not going to work on Poshmark. It's not going to work on eBay. So I go through, sometimes I'll list 15 items and then I won't list for 3 days, and then I'll list 3 items and then I won't list for 2 or another 3 days. So I need to really get my consistency for my listing. That's one of my huge goals for 2021. I am making that a priority in 2021, even if it's in the wee hours of the night, to just get 3 to 5 listings into my closet. So another goal of mine, and maybe this isn't so much of a goal, but more of a reflection on 2020, is to accept those offers. So I'm pretty good at accepting almost any offer that comes my way. But sometimes if it's an item that I personally love and I find the offer is just a teeny bit too low, I will counter. And in my experience, when you counter a listing or counter someone's offer, a lot of times they don't respond. And sometimes this is because, you know, not everyone on Poshmark is a regular user, and sometimes people just sign up and go through and they're shopping on Poshmark and they might not ever come back and see the item again. So they made you that offer and then they're on to something else in their life. So they might not even see your counter offer. There are at least 3 items in my closet right now that I'm kicking myself for not just accepting, because guess what? They're just taking up room in my storage unit. One of the items I definitely should have accepted. Other one, I feel like in hindsight, I should have accepted as well. And the last one, I feel like, you know, definitely was low. But even if it's low, you know what? Like, what's the alternative? The item is just going to be collecting dust. So in hindsight, I should have accepted 3 offers that I received and just not have countered. Unless they're super low, like crazy low, you should counter. But if it's like, you know, then just accept it. And that's the lesson that I have for myself. So those are my main goals of 2021 in a nutshell, or maybe not a nutshell, but I will basically be, you know, documenting my progress and circling back to this video, and hopefully I've made a dent or a huge dent in my storage unit. by the time December rolls around, and hopefully we will have our office and I'll get a fresh start on my inventory and my work at home business. Let me know down below what your 2021 reselling goals are, or your goals in general. I do have, of course, goals that aren't focused around reselling, but a lot of my goals this year are to really, amp up my mom boss life. My 2021 goal is really to kind of like step up my mom boss game. Working from home for me right now is literally probably the best thing that has happened. And I am so fortunate to have the ability to stay with my daughter, and especially during this time that we're going through in the world. However, I do want to make sure I'm still being productive on the business side of things. So I definitely want to get more of a structured schedule and blocking out times to list and focus on my business and grow my business reselling for 2021. Please go and check out my closet over at Urban Dress Up on Poshmark. I will link down below my eBay as well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.